Alright guys, so today's video is my leg workout. Now I know I've posted this on YouTube before, but for this video I'm going to do commentary over the top as well. That lets me get a bit kind of more detail on what I'm doing, and also I can talk about my warm-up routine, warm-up sets, etc. Now a typical warm-up routine takes about 10 to 15 minutes. First off, I'll do foam rolling, focusing mainly on any areas that feel tight or tense. I'd say the main areas for that would be kind of lower back, upper back, sometimes my hamstrings. It's just I foam roll as needed. I also have a hip mobility sequence that I do, and I'll put the link to that in the description box below. It's been working pretty well for me so far. I've noticed that it opens up my hips a lot more, lets me get a lot deeper into my squats. In terms of warm-up sets, the first set I do one set of 5 with just the bar, pause squats. So what I'm really looking for there is any areas I might have missed during my warm-up. So if I find out I've missed something, I'll go back and I'll stretch that out properly, get it properly warmed up. Second set, I'll do another set of 5, and I'll do it with 60 on the bar, just again to double check that there's nothing I've missed. And it also helps kind of bring out, because as you can see in this video, I have a support over my right knee. I've had problems with my right knee in the past. It is a problem area for me, so doing these warm-up exercises, these warm-up sets, and just two of them to preserve energy, that kind of just, it helps me basically not injure myself anymore, because I don't think I can afford another injury. I've hurt myself pretty badly over the years, and I can't afford something like that again, especially with me doing intervarsities in March. Now guys, you might have noticed that just for squats for the meantime, I am making fairly large jumps in weight. For example, my final set was 125 kilos and the set before was 105. I know these are pretty extreme jumps to make in weight, but this is just in the interest of conserving energy, because as you can see right now, I have deadlifts to do straight afterwards, so I do go pretty heavy pretty quickly. Again, the warm-up routine allows me to do this, but yeah, I know a 20 kilo jump in weight is pretty big, but it lets me conserve energy, because if I kind of baby step my way there, I'd be a lot more tired. But if I feel warm, if I feel able for it, then I'm able to make those jumps without the risk of any injury or my form breaking down, etc. Deadlifts again, I mean, it's the exact same as squats, big jumps. I do use straps a lot. That's just because I've come to rely on them over the years. So at this point, my grip strength isn't fantastic. I have tried alternating grip, but my alternating grip will only take me up to a certain level. My deadlift, actually, this bulk, it hasn't moved anywhere so far, although yesterday I did 180 for 5. Now that was belted and strapped just like this video here, but it moved well. So my deadlift form has gotten better, as has my squatting form and overall mobility, which if I had to put that down to something, it would definitely be weightlifting. It's taught me a lot more about mobility, technique, etc. It's made me a lot stronger in other lifts outside of clean and jerk and snatch, etc. For example, when I'm deadlifting, it's instinct now, not so much before, but I tighten up everything, tighten up my lower back, etc. So weightlifting has been extremely beneficial if you're looking to increase your other lifts or not perfect, but get your form as good as you can get it. I would highly recommend taking it up. Now guys, I mentioned on Instagram the other day about exrx.net. It's a site that I've been using recently to get a kind of ballpark guess of my 1 rep maxes. Now, when I did this, which was last week, 170 for 5, that put me at a rough 1 rep max of 201 kilos. Now, I'm not 100% sure how accurate this is. This I'll be able to kind of test next week when I test my maxes. I think it's been pretty accurate so far though, because it does feel like I could pull 201 kilos on deadlift. Of course, this kind of depends on fatigue, how I'm feeling, any injuries, and some like there's a million and one things that could go wrong in between this week and next week. Hopefully all will go well, but we'll see how it goes. Now, leg pressing is something I haven't typically done before. Mainly when I was in school, I just didn't have access to a leg press. I literally had access to dumbbells, barbells, squat racks, and that was really it. I've managed to kind of figure out how to do it, and I've managed to start moving, well, not serious weight, but I've managed to start upping the numbers a lot more than what I thought I'd be able to do. Of course, now I wouldn't recommend leg press over barbell squats. In my opinion, barbell squats are always going to be better than deadlifts, or not than deadlifts, not than leg press. But leg press is pretty fun. I have to admit, I do enjoy doing it. I'm doing it on a slightly different leg press in this video, however, because the leg press, as you can see in the background, has been taken. So stiff leg deadlifts brought those back into my routine recently. I've been mainly doing hamstring curls beforehand. I've been doing stiff leg deadlifts for a couple of years now. I've always found them very beneficial. As you can see, I don't lock out. Now, main reason I do this is just to maintain tension on my hamstrings. It is pretty tiring on your lower back. I just like to point that out if you try it. And especially if you've done heavy deadlifts beforehand, then it may be difficult to conserve form. The way I keep my form is what I do is I'll draw my shoulders back and kind of flex along my upper back. That will keep it straight. Now, as you can see in this video, I'm trying to get a bit deeper down, but overall my spine remains neutral, which is the most important thing in this. It's like a deadlift. You don't want to curve your back, neutral spine the whole way through. Now, this is pretty much the end of the video now, guys. Tried to keep this as short and sweet as possible. As I mentioned, those videos and also exrx.net will be linked down below. So any feedback you have, leave it in the description or in the comments, and I'd say the next video will be up next week for Max Week. Bye, guys.